This is Hardy Brute, and today we will be playing Lost for Swords. We've completed the first tower with the Knight, the Rogue, and the Mage. So let's continue on to the second tower with the Rogue. Each tower after the first has 8 floors instead of 5, as well as it unlocking different decks, different enemies, different bosses. So let's get started. We are playing with the Jester deck now. So these Jester bottoms take away 1 defense and attack to monsters, a pushing dagger which does 4 flat damage and 4 push damage, and a Jester top that puts enemies to sleep for 3 turns. Each alternative deck also comes with a curse to sort of balance it out, I guess. And push is a very unique mechanic. It's sort of delayed damage. It also makes some creatures into cowards so they run away if they fall off. You can also push and lose your own weapons or shields. Oh, now we're surrounded. And the Horned Hood does 4 damage around you, but it makes whoever it hits run away. So we're not doing a lot of damage early on, but we're controlling monsters more, getting rid of some we don't like, and hopefully we can find some damage here. Stealth, poison, or just 9 flat damage. Let's get the bow. And the Jester tops have 3 armor and built-in sleep. It's a pretty good item. Let's get the 9 damage bow and the emeralds. We can one-shot the skeleton. These skeletons used to only have 6 HP in the first tower. Now they start at 12, and they have an extra ability where they can move after every action you take. They will actively try to pursue you, so you have to plan ahead accordingly. And the push damage will kill them if it's lethal before they're added back to the monster deck. But oftentimes, you kind of just push the monster off and then you have to go fight them again later. It makes you kind of repeat floors a bunch of times. Get the barrel. The barrel pushes the guy, so he's actually going to be pushed off, yeah. But I had no other way to reach that guy in the corner. As long as we're not taking damage, we're not doing so bad. You get another bow. Could be a bow build. And I like the push daggers a lot, but they're really only good if you upgrade them. Same with the bows. They both gain a lot of damage per upgrade. I think the bows gain +3. So now I can 2-shot the skeletons. And in the first tower, we'd already be one-shotting them. I damaged that one earlier, so his health stayed low. They keep their damage, the statuses, their buffs or debuffs. See, now they move and pursue you. But you can sometimes use that to your advantage. And it's got a little arrow pointing which direction they'll be moving. When cards that affect the field only affect cards that are flipped up. So we lowered all their attack by 1. Gems in the corner, and I'm gonna get hit regardless here. Luckily my whip puts him to sleep for 1 turn, so I'm only gonna take 1 hit. I can kill this skeleton. And since they retain damage, it makes the most sense just to use up all my whips. And get him down to 3? Yeah. So we're lacking in damage, so we gotta repeat that floor again. At least till we kill all the monsters, so we're gonna lose 3 HP. Which we still have more HP than the wizard. The wizard has 15, I think. So I'm really not that concerned. But because of that 1 3 HP skeleton, we had to repeat the floor. Because you only get the key after all the monsters are dead. And get a key. The barrel door is always free. So we lost 3 max HP and we gained 3 max HP. When you upgrade things, it's always in increments of 50. So I'm going to go check out this loot. See if we can get some gems or a better item. We have 2 bows already. But I'd rather upgrade my bows than to get more bows. Now I can one-shot the skeletons. At least the ones that have 12 HP. Usually the monsters you see later on have quite a bit more HP than the starting ones. So we'll have to see if those bows hold up for us later. Ooh, a new enemy. And that looked like the boss from the first tower. So that hat's nice because it does 4 damage, but he immediately runs away. Which is kind of bad. This was the boss of the last tower, but now he's only got 15 HP, but he still does 5 damage. So I can kill him, push him off. And I also pushed my dagger off, I see. We can one-shot these skeletons now though, at least with the bows, which is really nice. You can do some tricks with the whips too. Move some of the pillars or the explosive barrels around, so they activate where you want them to. So we can get rid of this skeleton, push him off the edge. And now we're back to our whip again. They have a lot of HP, you have to eat through each round on each floor. And my whip only does 1 damage. It does it 4 times, but that's only 4 damage. Daggers are +2 and they're ranged. That's cool. Ranged attacks have piercing. That seems pretty useful. And attacking props doesn't use up the weapon. The ranged daggers doesn't really help us because most of our daggers are push daggers, so we're not in danger. Whatever we attack is going to be pushed away. The +2 damage would be nice though. It also seems like the Horned Hood only affects monsters, it doesn't affect props. I've already got 5 defense, which is pretty good. I can push that monster off, but that just means I have to find him again later. Can use my whip to kill this guy. I already feel like I'm running out of weapons. I really need to upgrade some of the daggers and things that they can one-shot, hopefully. Because right now they do 8 damage. 4 initial and 4 push. And that guy seemed to only take 2 damage, and the skeleton in front of him had 2 HP. So it might depend on the thing you're pushing into them, on how much damage they take initially. I have to keep in mind too that the bow penetrates. So this barrel explodes in a column, so up and down. So I'm going to try to get the skeleton to come to the left a little bit, so I can swap places with the barrel and do 6 damage. Doesn't seem like it's gonna work though. Can move the pillar up. And now he's aligned with the barrel. But swapping places with the barrel is now a bad thing. Oh well. So we can get a bow that does no damage, shurikens, which is kind of fun, or push daggers. I think I'd rather have the gems just for upgrades. I'm also not quite sure where there's a left and right side. If you're struggling on floor 1 and 2, you're probably not going to make it to 5 and 6. And get a bow. There's only 3 monsters left in this area. This guy's asleep for 1 more turn. So I need to cycle through my daggers if I want to one-shot one of these skeletons with my bow. And there I did 6 total damage. The barrel itself did 2 damage just hitting him. But the push damage on the dagger still did the 4. I still need to use this dagger if I want to one-shot that skeleton. I don't really want to just push him off. And unfortunately I only have the whip left. So I can get him down to 2 HP. I probably could have played that differently and killed him. So we're gonna have to backtrack, but the penalty, it really isn't that bad. I'll lose 3 more HP. I found that max HP is not gonna save you really either. Usually you get trapped, or you're gonna take 6 damage and you're just dead anyways. Ooh, you can push the walls off too. On to floor 3, let's go. Take the 6 damage, get the key and gems. applies 4 sleep. That just gets 1 armor. That's really bad. Push dagger gets 1 flat damage and 2 push damage, so it gets 3 damage total. That's pretty good. That's as good as the bow. And better in a lot of cases. So now I can finally get rid of the curse that we got from the start. 1 less dead card should help our damage quite a bit. And the more gems we get, the better. The more cards we can upgrade. Ooh, another skeleton archers. Get the 12 damage. So they're ranged and cowardly, but they only have 9 HP. So my push daggers can one-shot them too. The 12 damage is becoming a lot more attainable. My push daggers do 11 now. So 1 more upgrade and we can one-shot most of the monsters we see so far. Can finish them off with a whip. Ooh, and the orc still has 15 HP. I can do 11 damage right now. Can push him to the left. He's not going to fall off. And he's coming towards me, so if I go down here and just smack this barrel a few times. Luckily I had 6 armor. And then this should kill him. I like the push a lot, but it makes you think a lot more about what you're doing. You don't just run up and smack something. So this is an armor that gives you healing on across the 4-way. This is the shuriken cloak. That's the horn hood upgraded. I think I want the shurikens just for a little bit more damage. Because we're really close to one-shotting everything. We just need a bit more upgrades. This should kill the archer. And the skeleton too. Unfortunately I pushed my bow off though. I only have 1 weapon left on this floor. I might as well push this guy off too. It's 2 orcs. Oh, I still have shurikens. I also really like how sleeping works. They don't get woken up if you attack them. It's just based on how many stacks they have. The horn's a little bit of damage. It'll kill that 1 skeleton. Everybody else runs away. I got a bow. I did decent damage that turn. I couldn't make use of the shurikens though. Quick equip push 4 monsters away. That's kinda cool. But it's really specific. You gotta be surrounded for it to actually be useful. And if you're not push killing, then you're just getting more penalties later. And they seem to get more and more severe. So you lose 3 HP, you lose 6 HP. It kinda doubles each time it seems like. At least when you're fighting the boss it does. That orc is pretty much dead. Same with that skeleton. The shuriken can't kill it though, but I would like to reveal these guys below. And just keep those guys at the top perma-slipped. It's really more of a stun rather than a sleep. Ooh, 12 HP skeleton there. It's a good thing I got that bow. Get the skeleton. I can push the orc into the skeleton and they should all die. And then he takes the push damage. Yeah, nice. Now on to floor 4. Can remove probably the horned hood or the jester bottoms. I don't really like either one of those. And neither one of them gives us a lot of armor. So I need 20 more gems in order to upgrade 3 items. So let's look at the loot first. Stealth? Quick equip a bow and heal 2. Equip bows can be used more than once. That seems OP. And the -2 attack is just 1 upgrade. That seems super broken. So I'd like my push daggers to be upgraded. And then upgrade my bow to counter the takeaway too. Seems pretty good. I'm just gonna save my key, I don't need to heal. It's a new enemy. Ooh, it's the shaman. Cowardly, and he gives +2 defense to everybody every 4 turns. But he suffers under the same rules as I do. So his buff isn't going to work on the cards that aren't flipped over. So he's really not that strong. You can kind of just ignore him until you one-shot him. And I don't think he can even shield himself. Maybe he can. Yeah, he doesn't shield himself. Ooh, I can use my bow twice now? Nice. That's so cool. All my weapons are buried. They're on the sides there. So I can make this skeleton run away. And hopefully this is a bow? Yeah, nice. I can 2-tap the orc, or I can hit the shaman too. Ah, he retreats. I forgot he was a coward. Well, I can still push this orc, and that should kill him. Nice, yeah, he took the 4 damage and then dropped out of the deck. He's gonna only have like 2 HP though when I see him next time. Weapons ignore armor? Overkill does extra damage and heals you? That's pretty cool. Weapons and monsters have +2 attack? That's gonna kill me. And armor, most monsters don't have armor. That relic would just destroy the shaman though. He spends his entire turn giving people armor and then nothing happens. It'd be so sad for him. I need to get rid of that unupgraded push dagger too. It's just taking up a weapon slot. So I can do 10 damage with the shurikens. Now I can kill him with all the shurikens that I picked up without having him hit me, but picking up that last one over there. And we still have the range penetration. I think I should be able to kill that skeleton too with my, the push dagger. Does 14 damage total. So he should take 6 and 8. He took 4 and 6. Why did he take 2 less? Not sure. That guy only does 9 HP. And this one's already injured. So does the penetration go all the way through? No, that's sad. He should die from the push. What's the last weapon? That was another push dagger. That was a better push dagger. That would have still not killed. It has 4 times attack when you have no other weapons. Okay. Cards take damage equal to their sleep. That's pretty cool. Quick cast. Weapons get +2 and you draw a monster. I think I'd rather have the gems. We don't have a lot of weapons and we don't have a lot of slots. So having something that eats up a slot is going to be bad for us. Like this horned hood. I need to get rid of this horned hood. So this should kill the orc. It's going to push the weapon off though. A lot of these guys are injured, which is good for us. I need a bow though. I found the bow aura, but I don't have any bows. Hopefully this is a bow. It's another dagger. I guess I'm just gonna push these guys up. Ah, there's my bow. It did kill all the orcs though. I can whip the shaman or the skeleton to death. And hopefully that last weapon's a bow. Then we could kill at least 2 guys. We could kill them all if they lined up in a row. But that archer's never gonna move. Same with the shaman. The shaman, neither one of them move. And I got a mimic. Ah, that is unfortunate. The damage is good, it's just not always consistent. Get a little more HP loss. And now I've got the bows, but I don't have the aura. So I only got to use them one time. I'm also starting to dislike the shurikens. They only do 5 damage. You can potentially do 20. But I'd rather just have one weapon that one-shots. Let's see what the merchant's got. So you lose all defense, but monsters get takeaway 3 damage. The upgrade at least reduces the takeaway. I don't quite understand the healing bow. The gauntlets are pretty good. Apply 1 poison when you equip a weapon. That's only good if they're all face up. Both the hat and the gauntlet are pretty good if I didn't have armor already. Monster attacks you and you push everything away for 4. That sounds really cool, but I don't think that's going to be that useful. Every 6th weapon gives you stealth? Sounds okay. I don't have that many weapons though. It would have been really good for our shuriken build. Or a build that just gets lots and lots of equipment. I'm going to get a little bit of gems. So in case we get another 20, we'll be at 150. So we can upgrade 3 things then. Oh, and there's our 20 gems. And if we'd taken too much damage, we couldn't go past those spikes. Get the key. I'm going to upgrade the bow. And both of my push daggers. Yeah, I can afford all of that. I think I'm going to remove that other push dagger. I'd like to remove the jester hat, but right now it's doing better than this dagger is. On to floor 5. Oh, with a new monster too. He's got 33 health, which is a lot. Starts with 3 armor, and every time he's attacked he gains 2 damage. That guy would be really bad for our shuriken build. Unless we end up killing him. We got 2 bows right off the bat, nice. I can't one-shot that orc. I should be able to push the shaman to his doom. Yeah, he died, nice. Which is good, because I'm going to just shoot him in the face. A couple times. Kill the archer. There's only 2 more units. That pushes 17 damage. It's a shuriken in the way though. I only have 6 life, but I have 5 armor. So I can block that hit. I can throw my shurikens at him. And this last guy, he's got 9 HP. So I can give him down to 5. And use the hood. And he lives with 1 HP. That's rough. Sleep, poison, Robin Hood. I don't really want any of this. 2 of 3. Well, both of those guys are pretty low. They're like under 10 now. And we have 1 more round until we start repeating. That skeleton's got 1 HP. Go and use the shrine to see what all the other cards are. It flips up the bow aura too. Although the bow's hidden there in the top. And the brute's coming for us. The hardy brute. It's gonna push off my aura. He dies for it though. I don't have enough damage to kill the brute. He's just too hardy for a single bow. I can get the chest though. Get the gems. Hopefully we can clear the monsters in the next room without having to backtrack. And none of these really. It's a 7 of 7, so these are all the monsters. So we could do it. And we got the bow aura right away. Although we only have 1 more weapon. It is a bow. And this should kill. But it did 5 and 7. So maybe it didn't count the push damage because it wasn't pushed into anything? I'm not sure. It's either that or the damage is just off sometimes. It seems like it's off by 2. That time it seemed like it was off by a lot. Ooh, my ring finally activated. 20 overkill damage. 6 to each, and then I get to heal for 3. And I'm down to my last 2 weapons, so... The Horned Hood, it kills one of them. So I don't think I'll be able to kill them all. Well, that was pretty close. 2 guys and the 1 guy who should have died? Lose 4 HP. That's not max, though. That would take that all day. So let's test the push. 7, 10, and he takes 5. That doesn't make any sense. Is 5 the generic fall damage? I should do a flat 7. I should maybe do 10 push, but he took 5 damage. Now this one made a little more sense. I pushed something with 6 HP into him, so he took 6 damage, and then he took 10 push damage. So I think it's really important on what you're pushing. I'm not a big fan of potions, but let's look at them. So you can get teleport, you can get a mana orb, which is armor, weapons get +2, deal 1 damage, poison, sleep, heal, or stealth. It's a one-time use consumable that draws you a card, but I don't think it's worth gems. Any amount of gems. If it's in the deck, sure. Or if you find it. The poison bow, that's really good, especially if I can use it twice. The composite bow sounds really good too, for the boss. I think it's really bad before the boss though. It'll just make you repeat floors over and over. Let's get the poison bow. And we can finally remove the Horned Hood. I almost want to remove the shuriken too, but it's at least damage. You can upgrade the poison, a regular bow, and one of the push too. The poison bow does 6 flat damage and 5 poison instantly, and then it has another 16 or so poison over the duration of the rest of this round. Another new monster. So this one has a timer. It does 4 damage every 6 rounds. But he is a coward. So he should take quite a bit of poison. Poison also works really well with sleep. It just keeps him in place. And sleep seems to interrupt the timer, it makes it reset. So that's good to know. For slow builds or poison builds, these wizards are one of the most annoying enemies. They can get a lot of damage off while you're trying to wait for the poison to kill them. That should kill him, the push, yeah. If I change places with that archer, I can pick up that bow now. Sleep is pretty awesome. Enter room, you get 1 teleport charge. Things that are pushed into me swap places. Deactivate an aura and swap places with it. I'd rather have a teleport charge. Get a poison bow and the double bow. Yeah, he took 10 damage. And he's got 11 poison now. I think this will be enough to kill the archer. 4 plus the 5. Yeah, so he dies. Can push these guys. I think they both die too. Ooh, my ring activated. At least when they collide with each other, the push makes sense. There's 3 more monsters in the deck. Means we have to go at least 1 more round. But this should maybe do 20, but it's not because he's going to be pushed off the edge. He took 6 and 8. 8's the flat damage, but where's the 6? I don't understand the 6. Get more shurikens, get the healing vest. I'm gonna take the gems, but I would like the vest for the boss. I fought this boss before and I've lost a couple times. So there's only 4 monsters here. I need to one-shot the wizard. We also have a lot of bows. So I think I can just one-shot each one. Ooh, and the penetration finally. And going on to floor 7. Actually, there's one more card in the corner. Ooh, and it's max health. Nice. So there's take 6 damage, pay 20 gems, get a key and 50 gems. You could also get cursed, but ideally you'd have to get them both removed for 100 gems. But we're just looking to upgrade our deck, so I think the most gems possible is probably the best bet. So that's 4 cards we can upgrade now. And we have a little bit over 200, so it doesn't really hurt us at all. So I can throw the rope down. Sense. Could get another poison bow. The blade flurry doesn't help, the Orion's blessing doesn't really help. Immune to damage to props. They don't really damage me too often. I think I'm just going to take the poison bow. And now we have 2 of those. So it should help our damage quite a bit. Ooh, there's another new enemy. And this is the last floor till the boss? Fighting against the brute, we found a bow. It's really good for the brute. Because he has just so much life. This is the new unit, the grunt. But he doesn't seem to be anything special. He does do 6 damage, but he just has a lot of life. Decently high damage, and he starts with a little bit of armor. The brute's already dead from poison, technically. And thanks to our 3rd relic, we can teleport once per room anywhere we want. So we can just keep dodging around the brute there. Oh, there's 2 grunts there. We had 3 grunts at this floor. This should kill the grunt. Yeah, he wasn't added to the deck. Ooh, and then poison triggers poison. So when you shoot the bow, it triggers poison 4 times. Apply 12 poison to every monster that's pushed. That sounds really good, but most of the time, poison isn't affected in the deck. It's only when they're out in the field and they're face up. Swap places and push 8. I think I'm just going to take the gems. But the bow triggering poison, there was 2 different enemies that were poisoned and they both had the 4 ticks of damage. This is the curse we got for those extra gems we greeted over. So we take 1 damage when we can't move 2 places. The sorcerers are back too. The penetration can kill them, yeah. I do exactly 18 damage. This should kill. 7 and 8. Another poison. I can shoot the wizard. He's not dead, but he does keep the poison. And since he is always visible on every floor you go, he's actually going to die next time we see him. It's because he has the eager ability, which makes him flipped from the start. I don't quite have enough damage to kill either one of these. Get rid of the grunt's armor, I guess, and go on to the next floor. Quick Dagger doing 12 damage is kinda nice, but I'd rather have something with range. So we're gonna take 1 damage, but we can get rid of both of them at the start, that's pretty nice. Can one-shot the archer, the wizard, if I get close enough to him. Depends on what this, it's a pillar. Does it shoot through the pillar? Ooh, it does. And he's a coward, but he didn't run away. So you can shoot through objects. That's pretty cool. That guy's dead too from poison. Poison is so strong. I like cards that do poison and something though. When it's just pure poison, it makes it hard to either wait around or run away. Because those bows still do like 10 damage. And then the poison starts working him down. Guy has 33 health. I'm pushing this guy off. He goes back in the deck, so I'm gonna have to backtrack at least once. I would like to see what that last card is. Oh, it's an archer. That is unfortunate. I can whip him though. Or if I go down and get the shurikens. Use one on each. Oh, my ring actually activated. Well, let's backtrack the last time, hopefully. Ooh, I can use my 7 keys. Now I only have 6 keys. And it's only the one enemy we pushed off on this floor with 7 HP. Yeah, he almost died. And losing the 1 key didn't really affect us at all. I think this is the last room we use keys in. And you only need 3. So we can get rid of the curses finally. Can still upgrade 4 cards. Just open all the doors. Oh, it's the composite bow that I wanted. So when you attack, the monsters retreat, which is usually a bad thing, but in the boss fight, the boss is immune if there's another monster there. So it's basically a one-shot kill. As long as you take care of the boss. Yeah, 1 more damage, that doesn't really help at all. Just upgrade the poisons and do the push. And I'm a little scared of the boss. Because the last few times I died to him was because I didn't have any armor. The first time I fought him I was a full poison build. And he killed me slowly over time. This room doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. You can reroll an upgraded card or an upgraded relic, but usually at that point your deck is pretty fleshed out. So let's go fight the Banshee. So just like the sorcerers, she does 2 damage every 4 turns, but she's immune. So you can't really stop the damage. I might be able to put her to sleep. And it does seem to reset the timer. But the first time I fought her, I poisoned and killed most of the room, but she was just whittling me down. I'd gotten rid of every single armor in my deck. So the second time I fought her, maybe the third time, I didn't have any life left and she killed me. But I unlocked the jester deck, so we're giving it another shot. She also swaps places with you when she attacks. And anything that's around you, if it's a monster, explosions, it's gonna trigger. And you'll take the damage. Yeah, so I can make these enemies retreat. Nice, so there's only 1 more bad guy. And then I can attack her directly. It's the same mechanic with pushing too. As soon as you push a monster off the screen, it goes back into the deck. And then you can actually damage the boss. So she's almost dead just from the poison. Put her to sleep. Hit her again. Ooh, and those shurikens finally paid off. Kinda wish I hadn't got the shurikens, and I just believed in the pushing. Let's on to the wave 2. We got the composite bow right away. Got my extra bow attacks. Ooh, the wall push too, nice. That was just lucky. There's only 3 bad guys. 2 bad guys. And that one's almost dead too. Yeah, see, when you swap places I took 6 damage. And I have enough bows to deal with both of them. The brute's dead, but might as well just finish him off. Now I can damage her, hit her with poison. Then pick up a regular bow and just finish her off. That was phase 2. So climbing the tower was actually kind of rough early on. We had to backtrack quite a bit. But the boss fights seemed to be super easy. Especially with all the pushing and retreating. And we actually do quite a bit of damage. And we also have penetration too if we could seal them. And even now she's slowly whittling me down. Get rid of 2 guys, 1 per shot. Putting the boss to sleep though from anywhere you want is really strong. That jester top is kind of an OP item. And it gives you 3 armor. The other rogue deck starts with 2 things that only give you 2 armor. And I got rid of them pretty fast, and that's all it did. It had no special ability. And getting rid of a brute with 34 health with just 1 shot is so nice. So there's 2 more enemies. The Banshee's gonna target me 1 more time. She's gonna swap wherever I am. Yeah, so at least I'm in this safe corner here now. So I can shoot both of the archers. Put her to sleep to stop the her attack. And she's doing 4 attack now. She started with 2 attack. And she took the push damage even though she was immune. And just one-shot her. The end after all. Because throughout the phases, the bosses get a little more health, a little more damage. And after this fight, you unlock 2 new towers. And a 3rd one that's also locked. Well, we got the Lost Sword, 99. So there's 2 new bosses, 2 new towers, that I'll probably play with the 2 other characters. So we did 400 push damage, 1200 weapon damage, and 2000 regular damage. Well, I hope you enjoyed. The game seemed to ramp up quite a bit in difficulty from the first tower, but I still enjoy it quite a bit. And the composite bow was really strong in the boss. Same with the poison bows. Well, I'll see ya later.